Hello. So, time doesn't exist, like I always say. So, I had to talk with, my dad and the kids tonight, and they're gonna stay in Iowa, and just visit me a month each summer. And, I told them that I'm proud of them for taking control of their lives and making good decisions. So, I also will be moving in July. We're moving to Mississippi, and we're gonna live in tents for a few months as Adam builds us a container home to live in. So basically, with my health and with not being able to work and disability will never be enough to support the kids and all. And qualifying for houses will be really hard, and now we can't buy a house and plant roots and all, so it just made more sense for them to stay in Iowa. So my dad is getting a moving truck, and they're packing up their rooms, everything they own, and bringing it to Iowa. And I am so proud of them because I raised them to be so strong, and I'm so proud of them for staying at my dad's because I can't take care of them, and cognitively, my reality is just crazy, and I'm throwing up throughout the whole day, just from pain. And even though I've been walking every day from November 11th, my body still forgets every single day how to walk, so it's still extremely painful, and I have to keep retraining my body and my brain every day how to do things. And I want them to have the best life they can, and being a mom is always putting your kids first, and it's always doing what's best for them, always. And Dante was doing this competitive fighting and tournaments and stuff, and I couldn't make it to any of them, and it kind of cleared up some questions because Adam and I were kind of trying to figure out our exact next steps. And once the kids said that they're bringing their bedrooms to Iowa and gonna stay there, then him and I knew, okay, then we're just gonna go live in tents and build a container home. And when I got this place, my vision was so different, and a lot of times in life we're so disappointed because we have to let go of the expectation of what we thought life would be, and just be content in the life that we're given, and it's expectations of people that make us sad, expectations of everything, ourselves, our family, our friends, our lives. So a lot of big changes. I never even got to fully unpack this place. Half our stuff is still in storage. And now we're just starting to repack this place. But because we're going to be going into tents for, a few months, we're not really bringing anything we own. So we're just gonna have a garage sale and get rid of pretty much everything, and just start with tents and get everything from Facebook Marketplace and stuff. And I'll just keep praying every day to find all the free gravel and stones and wood and all the stuff we need, windows, shutters, whatever the heck. Because God is so good like that. So each day I'll just pray for what we need, and the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, so he's just gonna keep providing each day the materials we need. And even though it's in a way a very sad thing that we're going without all our children, we're going to also remember that we're building our forever home, and that we have our forever love, and that we waited our whole lives to meet each other. We waited our whole lives to build roots, and even though there's a lot of sadness during this time, we just have to remember to really enjoy our time there, because we are building roots. It's where our grandkids are coming, and our forever home, and we're building it by hand, and we're, just partnering up with Jesus, and he's going to be providing all the materials and all the things I find off Facebook Marketplace and everything. And now that I'm on the narcotics, it's already changing my personality and making me like a vegetable. And I'm about to have to go on the methadone program for pain management, and that's it's a synthetic heroin, so it makes you like a zombie, and I don't want my kids just having their childhood with their zombie mom who was in bed all the time. I want Dante fighting and competing and doing good in school, making friends, and I want Amber just thriving and making friends and getting her license and getting a car and working. And if they have to see me every day, it's going to affect them emotionally too bad. So this is the point where we're all parting ways. So it was a rough day. It was one of the hardest days of my entire life, but, I just told them you're old enough to make your own decisions, and you have to make what decisions are best for you guys, and, I can't take care of you, so, it's a good decision to be there, and, I honestly that God, I hate my life right now. And I keep telling God, I hate my life right now, and I wish my storm was not this, because this is a hell of a storm. And God did speak to me today, and if you're listening, He does always speak. And I had a very, very, very healing moment with my mom yesterday. Very healing, and she was very close to Dante and saw him every single day, and she saw him probably more than I saw him. And since I've gotten sick, she's been doing all his school meetings, all his suspension stuff, all his superintendent meetings. She's been doing a ton of meetings since I got sick, and he started reacting to it. And she tried so hard for me to be able to keep him. And I know she feels like she failed, and I know she's seeing her daughter, who's best friends with Dante, hysterically crying, and there's a lot of grief and loss in her family. And yesterday I was able to get out of my own grief for a minute, and God put on my heart my mom, and I sent her a message of I know how hard you worked to try to keep him with me, and thank you, and you did everything you can, and there's nothing else you could have done, and how much I love her and appreciate her and all that. And it's just a very healing thing, because she's been crying nonstop, and I've been crying nonstop. And today, we're doing something this morning, and it's really hard on Mom, because she knows she's about to lose me after just losing Dante and Amber. So it's a hard time on her. It's a hard time on the kids. They used to see Grandma every day, and I got used to seeing Mom every day. It's just a lot of transition. So now it's just gonna be Adam and I living in the container home, and the kids coming to Mississippi for a month each summer during summer break. And this year has been so much change since I committed my life to God, and getting put through the fire, that's an understatement. Being put in a fire would feel like nothing in comparison to all of this. So, I still love Jesus, and I'm still choosing the Jesus way, and I trust him fully. And today Adam and I took a walk, and I realized I really do need to be in the country and somewhere more isolated, because when cars drive by, when I hear honking, when I hear people talk, or bikes, or noise, or anything, it's so stimulating, and it kicks in my vertigo, and I'm really only okay like one-on-one with a person and like outside, because the vertigo is so bad, everything looks like V's. So I really do need to be in the country, so it does work out great. And so it's the next adventure of our life. I never thought I'd meet my husband, and within 90 days we'd be living together, and within 60 days after that we'd be moving into tents and building forever home, and that my kids wouldn't be with me, and his son wouldn't be with him, and it's so much change, and I'm trying to just take it all in, and this is what Jesus wanted, so this is the best way, and I told God I surrendered everything, and I surrendered my kids to him, so I didn't recognize Dante on video chat today. I have this facial recognition issue sometimes, and I won't recognize someone, and I thought it was one of my cousins, and it's like, who is that? And Amber was like, it's Dante, and Dante's like, oh, it's me. And I didn't recognize him for a minute, and it's because he got a haircut, and in my sickness there would be times that, I'd be calling Amber mom, or I wouldn't recognize one of the kids, and I didn't always recognize Dante, and I go through these phases that it's like I have Alzheimer's, and right now I'm at that like very short memory loss that it'll be like, even sometimes as I'm in the same sentence, I forget what the sentence even was, or what I was answering, or what we were talking about, and I can't be selfish and ruin their lives just because I want to be their mom, and my brain just doesn't work the same, and even speaking to the neurologist today, he's like, we're gonna rewire some new pathways to make you functional, but it's a chronic illness, so you're gonna have it your whole life, and basically we find ways to counter symptoms and work with symptoms, and keep you like mentally sound with everything going on and all, and he said you'll never be the same person you were. Your brain can't, it doesn't go back like to what it was, but we're gonna create new pathways, and he did see something pretty amazing. There was a huge God moment. For 8.5 months, I've been in bed about 22 hours a day, and most of the time I'm talking to Jesus, or watching Jesus stuff on TV, or listening to Christian music. But 90% of every day I spend with Jesus, maybe 85, but it's really up there. And see, I just forgot what I was talking about. But it breaks my heart looking at my kids and not recognizing them and just this has been the worst time of my life, and today getting that call with them and going over how they're gonna stay in Iowa, and my dad owns his house so they don't have to bounce around or change schools, and you know, they know I'm not gonna ever be exactly the same, and when I wake up in the morning every day, I just see that Alice in Wonderland quote to get my mind right, and I just say, oh, my reality's different than yours, because, you know, the house looks weird, and I don't recognize it, and I'm going, and I forget where everything is in the kitchen, and it doesn't even look familiar, you know, so it's like going through a new place, and I wake up feeling really weird, and I start every day with throwing up from the pain until my meds kick in, and like I said, I'll be way different with the methadone now, but the pain's so severe, there's nothing else to really do, and no, I don't know. I don't know when this storm is over, but I know God must be doing something huge. And the depths of your sorrow is always the greatness of your blessings. That's what I always believe and always say to myself. And, you know, God doesn't take things without giving back double or something. I forget exactly how it goes, but I know I'll end up making way more than I ever would have in corporate America, but doing something with purpose and something that works for my life, and I know I'll have a loving, great relationship with my kids, and you know, in 5 years he was off to college anyway, so it's just 5 years early, and these 5 years, you know, teenage boys don't really hang out with their moms or have much interaction with them anyway, so you know, this is all part of their testimony and their lives, and you know what happened to them, and you know, Dante had to grow up at 12 years old, and so I just told him, you know, when he was talking about staying there, he said, I trust your judgment, like, you make good decisions, and you're very smart, and he's been basically raising himself the past, you know, 8.5 months, and God gave him this great brain and discernment with people and stuff, and he's gonna do great things with life, and I don't have to actually worry, and Amber's gonna get all of her stuff together, and you know, just get that fatherly love bond she's craving. She could get that from Grandpa, and her and I could build our relationship through our video chats we do, and she's been very encouraging, you know, and it's official now, getting used to the empty nesting, and I never thought, at 13, that's when I'd be done raising Dante. His birthday is in a day. It's April 26th, and he's turning 13, and this is not ever what I expected, but I know God is writing my story, and one of the things that's been messing me up severely is that with my short-term memory, I forget over and over and over and over every day the kids don't live here anymore and where they are, non-stop. And then every time I have a horrible panic attack, just all the time I think Dante's at school, or I'm having to go wake him up or something. Today I was ordering groceries, and I went to order the cookies and cream ice cream for him, and I got, again, that full-out panic attack, and I know God is doing big things in my life. I sure wish they came easier, but only God knows the path. And some stuff is God's protection, even days you're late for work or something, you don't know if God avoided a tragic car accident, or days you were gonna go into an elevator and could have contracted, a virus or disease or something. You don't know how much God protects you. So this is what God did with the kids for now as their father. So I guess I just kept thinking that I would get better, and make a home for them, and then they'd be back home. But even with my disassociation, all day long I have to ask Adam, if we're in the greenhouse, I have to say, where were we before this? And I can't even remember where we were. I have to, if we're sitting in the room, be like, hey, how long have we been in here? Because I have no track of time, and I just don't, my brain's not in touch with reality. I don't know where I just was ever. Sometimes I'll be sitting in the greenhouse and I'm just like, hey, where were we before this? Or we'll walk to the store that day and I'll have no recollection. Or I have to ask him throughout the day all different questions over and over and over. When you have Alzheimer's and you just say the same thing over and over and over, and I just don't remember anything. And I just definitely couldn't be a mom right now, and that was the hardest part of this whole disease, and the hardest part of these 37 years of my life. And I wish sometimes that, I would wake up and this would all be a horrible nightmare, and I'd have my kids and I'd be able to use my body. It's in so much pain. And now with the pain management, I'll be out of pain, but now my brain's gonna be all drugged up because it's like, narcotics or whatever. It's just man-made heroin, but the pain is so significant and it's everywhere, and my whole body feels like it's being electrocuted, and that's just one of the many things. So I need the pain management, and it's incredible. If you saw me 8.5 months ago, everything I owned was business attire, because I went from doing real estate to hi. I went from doing real estate where I was super dressed up every single day. I was doing that 7 days a week, to then being in a corporate office. So I didn't even own like play clothes or weekend clothes, whatever. Everything I owned was slacks and blouses and heels, and every day my hair was done and my makeup was done, and my hair was super normal, and I looked very well put together. And now with all these sensory issues, I can't wear bras at all. I can't wear anything that's even like a bra. I can't wear anything that's not super, super soft. I wear pretty much tie-dye, because just staring at the color, as I disassociate all day and I go through all the weird things, it's just something that brings me some comfort. So I do tie-dye every day, and I used to wear a ton of sunglasses. I had like probably over 30 pairs of designer sunglasses. Like, that was my thing. That was like the one thing like I collected. I love sunglasses, and now I walked apparently twice. Adam had to keep reminding me. The pain has been freaking astronomical though, and I don't know what God is doing, but I know He's writing this story, and I know we're all gonna look back and say thank you, Jesus. But so I'm glad you actually said something about sunglasses, because I completely forgot my train of thought. So now I can't wear sunglasses at all. I literally feel like a robot. They hurt my face. Like, I can't do the coloring. Like, I literally can't use them. So now I'm doing ball caps, and with the way my feet and my body stops walking, I can only do certain shoes, and I have sensory overload with all that. Usually this light isn't on, it's on just for the video, but that goes off right after the video, and then I'll be doing karaoke for a while. So I just look so weird now. So like I have to wear baseball caps, and I can't wear sunglasses, and I can only wear soft clothes, and everything I wear is tie-dye, and I can't really match anything anymore. And I smell like pot all the time, which, I didn't smoke pot from the time I was 18 up until this November. And yeah, I have multiple sleep masks. I think they work wonderful. But you would never know. Like, you look at me now, and half the time I'm stumbling down the street or I'm falling, and I smell like pot, and my outfit's weird, and I don't wear makeup anymore, and my hair is always insane, and I'm out, during work hours, and clearly it doesn't look like I have a job, and I just, yeah, I know actually a lot about colors, like red stimulates appetite and stuff. I'm gonna set up wherever Adam and I go next. It's very soothing. He can't really work right now because my symptoms are so bad. So he has to take care of me. So once we, we'll just live in the tents, and then once we have the container home built, we won't have an electric bill or water bill or anything because we'll grow all our own food. But it'll be a wonderful experience. Not ever what I thought getting my forever home would be like, but I'm so thankful Adam's doing it, and it's going to be so meaningful. And as we're doing it, just knowing that this is forever and we don't have to ever move, and we're building roots, and just finally having that home. So I keep not, I gotta refresh my mind like 1,000 times a day, and I keep trying to not let the enemy steal my joy in getting this forever home, and the fact that Adam's building it, and the fact that we'll be, putting in all the landscaping, gardening, everything we're building by hand and decorating, and I'm doing all, the stones by hand, epoxying them, so the whole house is going to be made with love and custom. Every single thing is going to be unique, and with Amber, I always called it treasure hunting, and we would, pray about it, and we go, and we would always find the most amazing stuff in thrift stores, and it's one of my favorite things to do. So now with the house, everything's gonna come from thrift stores and Facebook Marketplace and things like that, So it's gonna be amazing to see what God does. Really amazing. And I'm gonna do some karaoke. So I will see you guys. Dante's birthday is gonna be really rough. I'm probably starting that methadone clinic next week. We're calling my doctor today to get the referral for that. So it'll be good to not just be thrown up nonstop from the pain, but I'm not happy to be on drugs, and I'm just glad the kids don't have to witness it, and this whole situation has taken my breath away, and yeah, no, I'm going to. Once we get settled, we gotta just get a bunch of camping stuff, and I'm giving my car to Mom, and he's selling his car to his mom. No, not yet. It was a really rough day. So I don't know. Feeling more and more like Job every day, and I just wish that was not who I was relating to. So I'm just gonna keep moving forward with life and take it as a symbol of, okay, you got your husband, as a symbol of hope when I got my well, we're gonna have no money at all. So I have to get all disability straightened out. That's gonna take a while to kick in, and he's not gonna be working. He's gonna be building the house, so we can't rent a place or anything like that. So you know, it will be an experience, and we talk about God nonstop every day, and I can't even believe that all of this happened, and I can't believe the things that keep just happening. I'm in literal shock. You know, yeah, I gotta go this week. I don't know what day it is. My mom's taking me to the office, and she already called the attorney, and we're taking care of all that next week, but we'll still have a gap of time of 0 income, and then what Adam has is gonna have to go to getting the supplies and buying the containers and the tools and everything we need to make our home. So I think it'll just be a very unique time in life to just keep learning each other, and to be able to spend that time. We're not gonna have any internet there for a while. It's gonna be this beautiful time of getting to know each other really well, and God working in our lives, and I keep asking God to talk to me really closely, because yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, we're doing solar everything. Every single thing is gonna be solar. It's just gonna take time, and then time for I gotta learn how to do like speaking engagements to get paid for them. And it's gonna come together and all. It's I'm so thankful for this experience and thankful that we get to create our home. I'm just trying to really stay focused on the good during this time. Because the bad is so overwhelming. Um,
And just keep praising God through all the storm, and Rosie just today was just can't believe it, but just keep telling God thank you for the storm that came to clear a path for me, and I just know, God, that He's done that I can't do in the natural. I do it in the natural. And, mm, 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 mm. It's gonna hurt a lot, getting this house built, but, just every day, a step closer, and, just a lot of pain, so I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys the next time. Bye.